According to the World Bank, high inflation rates caused majorly by rising food prices has pushed additional 7 million Nigerians below poverty line. What is the implication of this development and how can poverty be managed in Nigeria? This is Report on ITV. I am Blessing Eichi.
A country where people embezzle public funds with ease, somebody will steal billions of dollars, not even naira. What do you want to do with it? And that's money that's meant to lift the poor out of poverty. But I think we are treating corruption with kid gloves. And that's one major reason why people are still finding themselves entangled with corruption. I think also that we are not doing enough to put measures in place that will help the ordinary citizen to be self-sufficient, particularly when it comes to power generation. A lot of small businesses, middle-class businesses, middle-level businesses, they require enough power to sustain their businesses. And when such power is not there, the economy becomes very difficult for them to handle. Lifting Nigeria out of poverty will require developing our infrastructure sincerely. It will require dealing with corruption, not with kid gloves, but with strong arms.
The implication is there will be more poverty rates. The cost of living will increase more because of the increase of cost of living, the life expectancy will reduce drastically. Currently, the life expectancy of Nigerians is approximately 55 years. So having additional 7 million means the life expectancy will decrease. And apart from the life expectancy, the GDP of the country will reduce. Because when the standard of living is reduced, it will also have negative effects on the people. And the people will not be as productive they are. So somebody is hungry before, more hunger is coming more. And you see from the trend, where our national budget, we are using 70% of our income to service our national debt. In every 1 naira Nigeria earn, we are using 70 kobo to pay interest. I'm not even saying the capital. So the reality now is the government at the center should try to decentralize, because the government at the center have tried to make resources that state supposed to tap not possible. Virtually all states have mineral which they can earn, but because they are not tapping it, the wealth is being focused only on central government. We run more of a unitary system.
The poverty we are talking about is relative. The poverty that we have in mind is the one that is corrosive and the one that affects basically the downtrodden Nigerians. I'm sure you know that the ruling class in this country may not even understand when you say there's poverty. Those in government have everything given to them free of charge. So they wouldn't understand the true meaning of poverty. There are rising prices. The level of inflation is biting so hard now that it is difficult to have stability in price between the morning and the evening of the same day. The totality of all this translates to increase in crime and criminality. It translates to a loss in confidence of the state and nation. It translates to increasing sicknesses and ailments. But you see, this is where it becomes a double tragedy. Because of the rise in poverty, the purchasing power of the individual has fallen. Prices have skyrocketed to the extent that the average Nigerian can hardly afford basic necessities. Why is it a double tragedy? Sicknesses are increasing, but people are not able to buy medications. There are a lot of otherwise decent Nigerians out there who are now considering crime and criminality because they must survive on a daily basis. the jobs are not there. Those who have managed to start something of their own are either disrupted by criminals or all kinds of illegal collections from non-state actors, or basically the small business is consumed by spiraling prices. So when they finish selling, because they have to eat from there, when they finish selling, they are not able to go back to buy more to continue. Government must realize that the shortest route to solving the problem of violence and insecurity is to empower the people, build their capacity for self-sustenance, and then more importantly, provide an enabling environment for people to bring out their initiative.
Additional 7 million Nigerians living below poverty level. I believe this have a negative effect in Nigeria. It's going to lead to unemployment, insecurity. I think we have a lot to do. As a country, you know, the security level now is very high. The government needs to do the needful.
I classify this country to have 3 categories of people: the average people, the rich people, and the poor people. And in this country, every day we wake up to see that the poor ones are getting poorer every day, while the richers are getting richer through different means. So we are using this opportunity to cry out to the government that if we have more jobs opportunity, that's the only way we can eradicate this poverty. And by having this job opportunity, it doesn't seem it must be from the graduate aspect. You know, they can still set up small-scale business that the less privileged ones can still participate on. A hungry man is an angry man. You know, when a man don't have something he's being engaged on daily basis, he will sit down. That is how we have all these our young girls running into prostitution, seeing all these boys even running into hard drugs and different issues. And by the time they don't have something to engage on, you see that this thing will boil down not only poverty, will boil down to insecurity.
Additional 7 million that have gone into poverty, there should be a poverty alleviation committee to rectify all these problems, to find solutions to all these problems.
With the population of about 200 million, we have about 90.2 million people who are poor in Nigeria. And that to me is a very alarming status for our country. So I just believe that the only thing we can do to alleviate poverty is to have the right persons in government. Because the level of corruption is a very major undoing to Nigerians. People are becoming poorer because so much money is being stolen from our commonwealth. Our educational system is also not helping the situation, where there is no vocational education. The kind of education we have in Nigeria is one that teaches you to be dependent on other people. If it is a vocational thing, you can be independent. But our education prepares you for dependence, which again, there should be a deviation from that. Our healthcare system also is not a very good one, because people are not healthy, and once they're not healthy, it affects the economy. When you have a population of sick persons all over the place, malaria is prevalent, there are too many attendant issues. To my mind, that is not even helping the situation. If we also try to address power, many persons can be independent of government, because once power is addressed in Nigeria, the small and medium scale enterprises will spring up.
With more people living below poverty line, it therefore reduces the standard of living and creates more security risk. It is therefore necessary for government to deploy poverty alleviation mechanism to arrest the situation. I am Blessing AHA.